Napa Valley Life Church, we're so glad you're joining us in our NVLife at Home series. I got Jason Hurley with me today.
Howdy.
One of my favorite people. Plays guitar. I taught him everything you know on guitar, right?
Pretty much.
By that, I mean,
not true.
I can't do anything that he does on Sunday mornings, but we love him. He's incredible. He's got a great family. He's been a member of the church for a while now. Just baptized when? Gosh, what, 2 months ago? 3 months ago?
3 months ago.
Wow, isn't that incredible? So I've invited Jason on here because he was walking through the church and we had the camera set up. So you are welcome to an impromptu interview with Jason. He's going to tell us a little bit of his story. He's also going to tell us all of his deepest and darkest secrets, correct?
That's not true either.
No? Social security number, credit card numbers, all of the good stuff. Let's start with this. All right, Jason, so tell me a little bit about your back history. I know you've played in bands. How long was your hair? What kind of music were you playing? And all of those kind of good things.
So my hair was really long.
Let's see. Like, are we talking lower back?
Below
long?
the table. It was really long. And it was not all one color either. So it was pretty crazy.
Okay.
Yeah.
How many colors do you think at the greatest point of amount of colors did you have?
So I'd say the over-under conservatively was probably 5.
5 colors.
But it might have been more, might have been less. The good news is there's really no documented images other than the old photographs.
Yeah.
So,
Do we have any of those? We have some of those.
Online.
Jade's going to pull those up right now.
She is. Yeah, she is.
All right. So at what age did you become a Christian?
As far back as I can remember, I was involved in church.
Okay.
Because I was forced to be in church.
Okay. So what did that look like? What was that like?
I was raised Lutheran.
Okay.
So we went through the standard indoctrination.
The catechism and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, absolutely.
We had to do the class that we had to take as children before we were able to take communion.
Okay.
Whatever that was. You guys probably know what it is. I'm a little embarrassed. I don't remember it. But that should give you an idea of the effect it had on me. And being forced to do this stuff was, it was rough as a kid because my folks were avid believers in corporal punishment.
Okay.
And you did what you were told, and you were only asked once. So we were at church. My mom was the only person that I knew that could, she had a beautiful voice. She was actually a professional singer before she met my dad. Biggest mistake she ever made was giving up the music for my dad. But she could sing perfect pitch while she was disciplining both my brother and I.
Wow.
So she could multitask. And
So you were, your bottoms were getting bruised while she was singing to you. Yeah. It was like, that's the definition of bittersweet right there.
Nobody knew what was going on. So it was pretty cool.
So, all right. So you would say you understood the church. You get into music. When did you start playing heavily in music? When was that?
I had an accident in college. I damaged my hand, and I had a very extensive surgery. Okay. And I had a really progressive doctor who used an acoustic guitar for rehab. That was part of my rehab. So.
Well, that's interesting. How old were you at that point?
19 or 20.
Wow.
So I started super late.
Yeah, you did. That's pretty incredible.
But I fell into it, and at the beginning it was woodshedding. So I would learn as much as I possibly could, and then I would go bury myself for hours. Yeah. Probably when I should have been studying. Yeah. But I just saturated myself in music, and I lived on a music floor. So there were in the dorms. So there were
what college was this?
UC Davis.
UC Davis. All right.
So there were guitar players and brass guys and bass players and vocalists, and I was always, hey man, can you show me how to do this? Yeah. Hey man, I saw you do this. Can you show me how? So I had it was definitely a village taught me. I was never classically trained. I always played by ear. Yeah. Which is one of the things that I really admire and respect about Jade and Journey in terms of their theoretical knowledge. I just, they have to actually sometimes point to this. No, play that fret, okay? Or if we're the transposition side of things, and we're transposing a song from one key to the next is a challenge for me because I have to do it by ear. But and then right after college, much to the chagrin of my parents, I joined a band.
Well, your mom shouldn't have gave you that beautiful voice. Right? That's her fault.
Right. I have blamed genetics. That's been one of my many excuses. So,
If my parents gave me that, I would be doing the same thing. So you joined a band, you started touring, playing, releasing albums, all that kind of stuff. Where was your faith at that point?
I journaled a lot. I was constantly asking forgiveness. I was not a practicing. You could not tell I was a Christian by my actions.
Yeah.
I was guilt-ridden.
Yeah.
Because of the basic knowledge I had. I knew that what Jesus had done for me in my life, for me. And it was never in the moment.
Yeah.
It was always after the fact when I was asking for forgiveness. And that was a real struggle, actually, during that whole time. And we were, on top of everything else, we were awful businessmen. So we landed in court a couple of times.
Oh, there you go.
There was some,
that's when the praying increased,
right,
I'm guessing.
Right, exactly, yeah. That was a rough time, and I know that my mom her faith has always been amazing.
Really?
She's always been that constant in my life, and she's always been there to remind me of what truly is important.
So when did you stop playing actively, and where you would say the band was your main thing in life?
It was actually, I don't know, it's not coincidence, but it was right around the time I met my wife.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We were on the tail end of the last record that we did living together, because we lived together the entire time. So we would find a house, we would lie about our occupation so we could actually rent the house.
You're talking about the band?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then we would build a studio in the house.
Yeah.
And the last house that we lived in was a house in Martinez that had a basement, so we built a room inside of a room and converted the entire thing into a recording studio and a live room. So
I'm sure those people really love that you did that to the houses.
I don't think the landlord ever saw the studio. We just never walked down to that part of the house.
The walkthrough didn't include that.
But it was that house that we did the last record where we were all in the same room. It was when we were finishing up that record that I met Jamie, and that was when we kind of knew. Yeah, everyone was just tired. We were tired of each other. We were tired of the life. We had to start over 3 times because of these legal problems that we had. So we didn't have ethical representation, and we weren't good business partners. Yeah. So
we should have stopped stealing songs from everybody. That's what.
That was maybe the one thing we didn't do was steal songs.
All right, so you meet Jamie. She's incredible. You guys get married. Now, when I met you 18 months ago, it seemed like you had already kind of caught fire with Christ. And it seems like gasoline has been poured on that fire in the last 18 months. I would say it's my fault, but it has nothing to do with me. But really, gasoline seems to be pouring on there. So tell me 2 things. One, when did that part of your life hit again where you said, I'm just going to be sold out for Jesus again? And 2, why is it increasing right now? What is it? Because I've even say even the last 2 months, I could see, or 6 months even, that it's been palpable, this flame's growing.
So I think I have to acknowledge that there are times on Sunday where I feel like I'm not worthy to be up there leading. I think that I'm aware of my weaknesses and my shortcomings, and the conversion from playing for yourself for 10 years and enjoying the hours and hours and hours you put into songwriting and rehearsing and everything, having that adulation from the people that you're playing for, that gives validity to what you're doing. Yeah. So the conversion from playing for myself to playing for God is, that's an ongoing thing. Yeah, that will never end.
Yeah.
It will never end.
No,
but what I've noticed is that if I'm intentional about the songs we're playing and the words that I'm singing, the whole experience it changes. It just changes. It becomes so much more powerful, and it's so much more sincere. And I just think that when you get to that point, you're not even aware of what you're doing physically, like you used to be when you were performing. Absolutely. In that past life. So that needs to be acknowledged. I still have. I don't think I'm a certain hierarchy
Yeah.
of a person because I'm on stage or
Yeah.
the platform.
Absolutely.
I'm like everybody. I still struggle with, should I even be up here? Am I even
Yeah.
worthy of this?
Yeah.
So that part of it's important.
Yeah.
I think as I've gone through, the life group has really helped.
Yeah. That's right.
The first one that I did with Jamie and Scott and those folks, it was such an eye-opening awareness of the power of the word and sharing the word with
Yes.
people and learning about it because, I'm still, regardless of my upbringing, I still feel like I have a lot to learn from the guys that are really theologically sound, right?
Oh, okay.
Like the
Me
Scotts
too,
and the
brother.
Pats and
Yeah,
you
yeah.
and
Me
these
too.
guys that I have this opportunity and I'm blessed to share time with. So I think that, and then I think that's a contributor. And I think if I'm looking at the equation, I think the other part of it is I'm being very intentional about including God in every aspect of my life.
That's
Work,
right.
he performed a miracle in 2017, just flat out.
Really?
Absolutely. My boss died in 2017. The new management was in our group's mind. There were about 35 of us. The guys that I worked with said that they couldn't stay there.
Yeah.
And I prayed and prayed and prayed and prayed about it, and we got an opportunity. And the only things that we asked were that we got to bring over everybody that we wanted to the new company. They wouldn't miss a paycheck. They get a little bit of a raise, and they could keep their vacation.
Yeah.
And we brought all 35
Oh,
people.
wow. That's incredible.
That's not.
Yeah.
That's not one man. That's not even a man thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or the group. That's a God thing.
That's right.
So those types of instances, and there have been much smaller ones that are more personal that have happened in my life.
Yeah.
There's this undeniable draw to the heart of God. If it's there for everybody, you just have to acknowledge it and then be intentional and be aware. That's what I've done.
Yeah.
Right. So that's what continues to draw me closer to God and to the church, and it's making it easier for me to be more intentional in my worship and really think about the words that I'm singing.
That's
and
right.
there are times too where I've felt that I've had to stop singing and back off because it's almost an emotional attachment to that worship. So it's been an interesting transition, that's for sure.
Well, Jason, I appreciate you, brother. I'm excited for where you're going to be and going forward. We got big plans for you. You don't know about them, but we got big plans for you. I know God's got big plans for you and your family, and we're praying for you. Thank you again. Thank you guys for joining us.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
All right, have a good one, guys.